question that you may have, and there's also information not only here, but if you needed to contact us in the download of the PowerPoint for today's session as well. And if there's anything that you wanted to learn about licensing any of our learning objects, if let's say you wanted to use a huge group of learning objects, we do have a lot of people wanting to do that from specific institutions, then I would suggest you actually contacting my boss, who is Mary Hansen, at this email address right here, and she can help you with any information that you may need. And if you have any further questions beyond today or the end of this session about learning objects in general, please feel free to contact me at lotusd@fedc.edu. But at this point, let me go back to our main site and allow you to ask any questions that you may have at this time.
That was brilliant. Thanks very much, Dean. I know we definitely have one question about SCORM. I don't know, it was from Mike. Did you want to ask that to Dean directly, or will I just, sure, I can just say it was basically, Mike was asking, are the learning objects on the WISC using SCORM? And she was kind of saying, is this a technology used to create a learning object, or is it, I don't know, can you feel that one?
Absolutely, Neil. Yes, they are. SCORM compliance is one of the things that, I'm glad you brought that up, Mike. Thank you very much. SCORM compliance does, is a huge topic out there today, is what TRIA is. And the metadata that is within the search engine has a lot to do with that. And so putting in all the metadata and basically the way we are putting all the information together brings it into SCORM compliant. Now, a learning object, if you do know about SCORM compliance, is basically what is called a SCO. And so each learning object is its own SCO, and you can have several SCOs within a SCORM. And so, yes, that is one criteria that is a hot topic today and will become even more so, especially as you start to come into areas of anything that may be done for military along those lines. They insist that learning objects do become SCORM compliant. So does that answer your question, Mike, or is there anything further that you're wanting to know about that?
Well, we'll wait and see does she want to put something else in the chat. We have another question here. What factors are important in encouraging academics to share their work in open learning repositories?
Sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
It's Catherine here, just asking what factors are important in encouraging academics to share their work in open learning repositories.
Oh, that's a wonderful question. Well, you hope, or I think we all hope, that in the academia world, that not only learners but the teachers out there are wanting to share. I believe that's all why we go into the educational world, is that we want to share our information out there. Now, as far as sharing information and what factors come into play, there's a lot of them. You know, I think you've run into some criteria also where money. You'll find that people are wanting to, okay, if I'm sharing this, what am I gaining from it? And one of the things that we're finding our instructors are saying over and over again is, you know, my information is now out there to share with the world. And as a teacher, I think that should be one of your biggest goals, is to want to share everything that you know out there. And this is the best way to do that, to do it with the world, is to bring it into a learning repository and create a learning object in that way.
Okay, thanks a million, Dean. There's just one more that says, are there learning objects that explain how to deploy SCORM-based objects. Did you know what that means?
Well, yes, I do. And, SCORM is one of those words that, again, is not something that you can just easily just say. In fact, I've looked out there myself as far as to tell me exactly what SCORM exactly is and how to deploy them. And I don't think I've truly gotten a 100% answered question on that as well. And I'm sorry if that's not helpful. But there are sources out there that at least we found locally that we've gone to help teach us a little bit more. If I can, this would be helpful for me to be able to maybe share a little bit further with whoever did ask that question. Maybe if I could send you some information that I have found. I'm sorry, I'm actually not on my computer, so I don't have all my information with me here to share with you. But some of the resources that I may have as far as our search for how to deploy SCORM-compliant learning objects will be helpful.
Yes, that was Mary Loftus that asked that question. So I can give you her email address or whatever, or maybe I can give her yours if she'd like to contact you directly, maybe.
Yes, if you would give her mine, that would be perfect. That way she can contact me, and I can send her more information.
Maybe will I type yours into the chat there? What exactly is your address?
It is my last name, Lodes.
Yeah.
D.
Yeah, Lodes.
And D, the letter D, as in D.
Okay, yeah, Lodes D, yeah.
At fvtc.edu.
At fvtc.edu. Yeah.
Right. Now, one other thing to add on to that, though, there are a lot of third-party softwares out there that will help you, depending on how you are creating your learning object, will help you to make them SCORM compliant. And so my quick answer to that question would be that you could do a search out there for some of those third-party softwares that will do this for you. Within our group, of course, we create a lot of our learning objects using what is called Flash. It's a product created by Adobe, and so we create our own SCORM-compliant objects using Flash. But again, it really depends on how you are creating the learning object, through what software, and based on that you will find other third-party softwares to be able to help you with making them SCORM compliant.
Okay, thanks, Dean. Now we have a couple more. So Dan Norris is asking, is the Wisconsin Technical System intent on being a leader in learning objects? And also, what other schools are involved in the production of shared learning object resources to the level of Wisconsin Technical System, if any?
That's a good question. Do we want to be the leader? I'm not sure that's our agenda. I don't think we need to lead anybody, but what we do want to do is be able to share as much as we can and possibly can. WISC Online is actually a consortium of 16 different colleges, and our hope is actually to even expand that if we can, so that the idea is that let's contribute as much information out there as we can. That's the beauty of the web, and the beauty of information these days is that it is easily found. So I wouldn't necessarily call us or wanting to be a leader, but we're happy if we can basically serve anybody and everybody out there to share information. Now, as far as other websites, there are quite a few, and it depends on what you're looking for. Some of the ones I talked about before, Merlot is also a great resource. Also, there are some great Canadian websites that I found that I was just kind of searching around the other day myself. And there, let's see, if I can, I'll actually take a real quick search here. So here is the